Uber Pet, as you can imagine, allows people to bring pets into your vehicle. But is it worth it? Should you drive for Uber Pet even though it pays more than regular Uber? First off, let's get into the requirements and how you can sign up through Uber Pet. You can see I'm on the app right now. All you have to do is go to your preferences section where you can select what type of rides you want to do, go to see more, select Uber Pet, quickly accept all the information, and then you're good to go. That is it. There's pretty much no requirements, so to speak, to drive for Uber Pet. Compared to, let's say, Uber Assistance, you do have to do some training and stuff like that. With Uber Pet, you just have to accept it. Once you do sign up for Uber Pet though, what are the fine terms? What exactly are you getting into? Now, this is on the Uber app. As you can see, Uber Pet allows riders to bring in a pet on their ride. If you accept an Uber Pet trip, you're allowing the rider to bring a pet into the vehicle. Pretty self-explanatory. Now, how do the rides work exactly? They work very similar to UberX rides. The main difference is the presence of an animal. Honestly, that's pretty much it. You will make a bit more money doing Uber Pet rides. They just kind of say you'll earn an extra fee. But going to the rideshare guy, as he says here, the charge varies depending upon the city, but passengers will likely pay anywhere from an extra $3 to $5 on top of the standard trip fare to ride with their pet. I do have mixed feelings about that, so I will talk about that in a second. But as you can see as well, kind of going more into the nitty gritty, how many pets can a rider bring? Just one. What kind of pets? We're looking at like a dog or a cat. Any other type of animal is up to the driver's discretion. What happens if you're allergic? As you can imagine, I think if you're allergic to either a dog or a cat, pretty much almost any animal, it's probably not worth it. And then I think the big question, which I will touch upon a little bit later, is what happens if the pet makes a mess? Here's the thing that gets kind of annoying. We strongly encourage you to bring a towel or seat cover to protect your vehicle when traveling with pets. There is an expected level of wear and tear from traveling with pets, including fur being left behind, but carrying a towel or seat cover will help prevent this. Now, there are a bunch of other things they mentioned, like say for larger messes, like say if the dog or cat or the animal goes to the bathroom. Of course, you could get compensated for that, but these are all the different things depending on what happens. One very important thing to mention is remember, this is for non-service animals. Typically, when it comes to taking Uber, someone could bring a service animal in the vehicle, but when it comes to Uber Pet, is mainly for non-service animals. With that all being said, with all this information being said, is it worth it though for you as a driver? I'm gonna be honest, and I hate to say it, I don't think so. Although yes, I do like the idea. It allows people to travel with pets, especially non-service animals. I don't think it's worth it for a couple of different reasons. One, of course, like I mentioned, is the mess. You typically should put a towel down, but let's say someone gets out of the car, let's say the dog or cat or whatever doesn't make a mess, you're gonna have fur everywhere and everything. It might smell a bit odd, it's tough to say based off the animal and the situation, but then you have to get out of the car and kind of remove the towel and put it back and forth onto the seat if you're going back and forth between Uber Pet rides and normal rides. And then if your car smells funky, do you also have to have more Febreze on you or whatever? It could cause this odd thing where, especially worrying about the mess, I feel like is right up there with a lot of drivers worrying about drunk people. I mean, if anything, when it comes to a pet, I'd be more worried about having a pet in my car and something happening than driving a drunk person, being honest, at least for me, with the smell, the mess, all that kind of stuff. And then especially, like I said, with the towel, removing it off and on the seat just caused like this tricky kind of annoying thing where you're gonna have to get out of your car, put it down, take it back off, etc., etc. The second thing, which is not brought up by this, but this is, I think, it could cause a lot of complications, is allergies. And not for you. Of course, if you're allergic to almost any animal, I don't think it's worth it, right? Just in case you're rolling the dice, you don't want to get sick or anything. But for other people, I mean, imagine, let's say you do Uber Pet, you pick somebody up, and let's say it's a dog, for example, you drop them off, you remove the towel and everything, someone gets in the car, and they're like, they're sniffling, they're not feeling good, and they're like, whoa, I don't feel that good. I feel like my allergies are kicking in or something. And you're like, oh yeah, sorry, I had a dog in here earlier. That could cause you, like, say, a bad rating. You might get complaints from passengers. And the tough part is you're not doing anything wrong. That is one thing when it comes to all the articles that Uber has written about Uber Pet, they've not really addressed is not necessarily allergies for you, but allergies for other people. I mean, yeah, even if you put that towel down, even if you remove the towel, like say Febreze the area, for some people who are very allergic to dogs or cats, they can still have really bad allergies just from sitting in your car, even though you tried to make everything as clean as possible. That's why I gotta say that yes, you're gonna get an extra $3 or $5 per ride if you do Uber Pet. Just for me personally, I just don't think it's worth the hassle. I also never personally did Uber Pet, so I will say that. Maybe some drivers who have, let me know what you think in the comments. Did you like it or not? But overall, I gotta say, although yes, you're getting an extra $3 to $5 per ride, depending on your city and your location, given the mess and given just the allergies, especially for other passengers getting in your vehicle, I hate to say it, I don't think it's worth it.